Welcome to another mega exciting 5-minute auto pairing. Let's go with knight d5 here. Now maybe b4. Interesting pawn sack. Because I get that bishop. I'm going to try that little gambit. Is it terrible? Probably. I'll protect this pawn. Little gambit. I've got the bishop pair. I'm just wondering if this is interesting. Bishop b2 coming up. C takes as a threat, isn't it? For queen takes there. Attack this. No, I'm not attacking the e-pawn. Rook b1 for rook b5, actually. Rook b5, but he's got queen c7. It's not a big deal, is it? Can't do that because he takes. d3. It's a bit passive. d3. Well, it's a bishop d2 coming up. If I take bishop d2, let's take bishop d2 first. Where's the queen going? If it's queen c5, rook b5, queen c7, cd. Aha. Is it going into a self pin here? Queen e5 d takes. Would he really go into that? He wouldn't really go into that, would he? Maybe he would. It's only for a moment. Okay. Trying to improve my pieces again. I got the bishop pair for the pawn. Nothing much else, huh? Knight f4. Hang on. Knight f4 is actually threatened, isn't it? Queen f5. G4 to try and pick up. Well, he just takes and pins this. So that's actually okay. I'll go for the pin there anyway. This is knight takes g3. Alright, better protect my queen now. f2 is protected. Okay, tricky. Bishop f4. What about bishop f4? So I'm not exposing my queen just yet. Play for queenside pressure. Play rook c1, queen c5 at some point. Probably. Probably. Knight c3, huh? Oh, I have to protect this. Okay, I'm driven back after that. Defensively. E3, G5. I'll try this. I'll try and undermine this C3 knight. Oh, has he got knight e2? Is that the problem? A problem. I thought he played knight e2 check.
Check.
F3 Queen D4. Yeah, it looks pretty miserable. I think there's just knight takes D4 in fact. Wow, that's crushing for knight F3 check. Alright, let's end that game. He's not. His knight takes D4. Yeah. Although, hang on, the way he's played it here, is it King F1?
Check.
Did he just misplay this one? Hang on, I thought he was just killing me with that. Alright, it's not totally over just yet. Is it? Bishop and knight against rook, and he's a pawn. I don't know why, but this seems as though I've got away with something here. I just need to coordinate pieces and put my king back, if possible, in a safe spot without getting mated. Yeah, check. 91. There's bishop. No, there's knight C1, rook D1, king G2. He's not winning that piece just yet, so maybe that's possible. Knight C1, queen B1, knight C1, rook D1, king G2. Alright, if I go here, so check king E2, we can win another pawn.
Check.
He's taking all my pawns. It's not very fair, is it? What have I done to him? Taking all the pawns. Queen C7. Can I get some of his pawns? His queen's kind of decentralized.
Check.
Is it not? Knight F3, is that plausible? That's queen B5. Put the king over here. So he defends everything. Knight F3. I can go into this self pin for a moment. Maybe G4, king G3. I'm going to do bishop D4. Alright, bishop B6. Let's try bishop B6. What does he do with his rook?
Check.
Check in.
Check.
Bishop D4. I've created a weakness there. So bishop A1, queen B2. I've got a threat of queen C3 or queen B2. Or queen C8, in fact. It's got some weaknesses. And queen C8. There's no rook F6. Queen C3 or queen C8. Queen C3 F6. Let's just go over here for a moment. He's got F6, unfortunately. I go here. He hasn't got F6 here though. What is he playing at? He's giving me a chance. This clock situation is pretty dire as well. Alright, so I just need to unpin this knight, I think. Blockade here. Yeah, weird. I thought he just put me away. I thought it was doomed, really. So maybe it's worth playing on. I was on the verge of just resigning that. Now, hold on a sec. Okay, I'm supposed to play B4 straight off the bat here. So there's no actual gambit, right? If he takes here, it's actually centre pawn, so that's the first problem here. b4 needs to be played immediately before his bishop gets on that diagonal. That's just a bad move. So I've made it into a terrible, pathetic gambit. Yeah, it's better not to lose the pawn, basically. So he squishes me, and it looks pretty doomed. I went into that self-pin, interesting. Oh, the engine thinks I'm okay on rook f1. E.g. Right, that gods that, so I guess the knight can move next. Let's say that. Move on knight g5. Alright, anyway, so apparently I had some compensation before this happened. Okay, now it's worth looking at that. If that's so strong, I'll leave the bishop here. So okay, let's just pursue that for a moment. What's the idea? What do I do? Alright, I wait for the knight to move. If the knight didn't move, let's just give black a move. Bishop f3. Let's just see what is the plan here. Oh, just to carefully evict the knight without it being able to play knight c3. Right. I get that. That would be a good position with the bishop here without this knight c3. So the real problem is knight c3 here. So I've gone into a disaster scenario. Knight e2 check. I thought that was good here. Yeah.
Check.
Here. Oh, it starts to look pretty painful with the knights.
Check. Check.
Very crushing. It looks pretty nightmarish.
Check.
Yeah, I thought this is the situation. Instead of taking the rook, knight takes d4. What do I do about this? Isn't that so much stronger?
Check.
It's just absolutely murderous.
Check.
So for some weird reason, he took on here. It's a total let-off. Yeah, absolutely murderous. What would I have to do? Rook here, he takes here. Well, my queen's hanging. I can't do this. And if here, yeah, knight f3.
Check.
Knight takes
Check.
e1. And if I move here, I'll get mated on g2. I thought it was absolute murder. For some reason, he's played this in such a way
Check.
to give me a chance. It's only like -1 something.
Check.
I thought there was some hope here anyway.
Check. Check. Check.
And it's still better for black. Oh, rook g8, right. Okay. But he's only got 15 seconds now. He didn't put me away. One wrong move, one capture, blown the position he had. Oh, I've got queen takes f7 now.
Check.
Well, I mean, this is only when he's got like no seconds left, so it doesn't matter. Okay, weird one. Slip up in a winning position there. I was lucky there. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks so much.